Hello.
Hello.
Oh my god, here
This
we
will
are.
take us a little bit of a while to get used to.
Yep.
We would usually do an intro right now. This
Yeah,
is probably when
I
we
think that's
create an intro.
What kind of intro? I mean,
I don't know.
well, I think maybe a song or something will come along
Yeah.
later.
Oh, yeah. We will eventually get bagpipes.
Bagpipes or an accordion.
Accordion, ukulele, mix of every instrument that we have around the house.
I think that has to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like that.
That'd be nice. Yeah. So, my name is Bogdan.
My name is Bevan.
And we're doing this podcast called Unknown Cocaine Dinosaur. Weird
Don't
name.
ask. Yeah.
Yeah, don't ask. Well, you could ask.
I can't
but-
ask. Yeah, exactly. I'll ask it later.
So, it's a podcast based. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, really. I guess ongoing events.
Yes.
We're going to be having a topical session as well. Today's topic is board games.
Yes.
And we're going to recommend a book and a film.
Each time.
Yep. And hopefully something
Yeah,
good.
we'll have a
Yeah.
different sort of activity that we do in the week that
Yeah.
we'll talk about.
Got quite a few things planned. I think
Yes.
D&D,
yes,
like a
D&D
D&D
is
session
on
could
the-
be a good one.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons, that's
For
D&D.
those, maybe we can
Yeah.
introduce people to D&D.
That's true, yeah. Mass.
All of our friends to D&D, yes.
Oh my god. D&D will be the next coronavirus.
Yes, exactly. Speaking of
Mass.
which.
Yeah, speaking of which, obviously coronavirus on
Yes.
everyone's minds. Everyone is quarantined,
Yes,
like us,
like
which
us.
is, I guess...
There's probably going to be a bountiful amount of podcasts coming out right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess we've been talking about this for a while.
Yes.
But we haven't...
we've been talking about it since like uni, haven't we?
Yeah, and then we finally got our asses into gear.
Yes.
I mean, it's a perfect time for it
It
because...
is. We're forced to sit inside all day, as everyone else should be doing as well.
Yeah, as everyone else should be doing. I think this podcast, in terms of what it will do, probably if you're stuck for listening material or you're trying to get to bed and you don't have something to listen
the
to.
soft murmuring of two early 20s guys to send you to sleep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sleep.
So yeah, I mean that's what we do before I go to bed. I listen to like a podcast because sometimes you just can't sleep without background
No.
noise.
Sometimes you have too much going on in your mind.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah. So I guess events really. COVID-19 is a big one. Everything's
I mean, that's
coming to a halt. That's the rage these days.
All the talk.
All the sports have stopped, so all you're going to be watching.
Yeah, my dad. Do you know about speaking of which, do you know about Marble League on YouTube?
There's a Marble League.
There's a Marble League. So my dad
Oh my
used to watches all the football. And
In terms of marbles, is that like little pebbles?
Marbles.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and you should look at it. So my dad's watched all. I've stopped watching football. He's been looking for loads of things and found Marble League on YouTube, which I've actually been watching for years since uni as well. So it's finally a sport that we can bond over. But
Oh my God.
So it's great. You've got like they create Lego tracks and etc. and have the marbles go over. There's so much
Oh my
drama.
God.
There's like a proper commentator and everything.
That's a proper indoor sport as well.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Exactly. That's going to be the big hype I think nowadays. So
Wow.
you should get into that.
Marbles.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
I'm a big fan of the Midnight Wisps.
What's that?
The Midnight Wisps. It's a marble team.
Oh,
Got Wispy and Waspy.
The only sport that's satisfying me right now is like EA Sports games,
Oh yeah, classic.
the old FIFAs, the old Madden NFLs.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything has ground to a halt, which is sad. But I think it does bring people together, though.
Yeah. I think it's the whole thing. It's the only thing I've seen in my lifetime that the whole world has bonded over.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
as in there's different. Of course, there's still lots of strife between different countries of how they've all dealt with this.
Yeah.
But like we all kind of are, every different country is saying, let's get to do this together.
Yeah, I mean it's because potentially it's scarier than it already is.
It will be.
It's definitely an interesting time we're living in right now.
I feel for all the people who are actually affected, but there's part of me that's interested and curious about how this is actually affecting the world.
It is incredibly sad. It's crazy, just what has happened, and in a way, in a short period of time, because for me, I guess my perception of it is it happened, just as if it was yesterday. Everything kind of went down. And
Really,
yeah. I mean,
like you could tell the progression in weeks. 2-3 weeks ago, we were still working. I was Like there were people were talking about, oh, maybe we'll close down, maybe not. A couple of days later,
Everyone's chatting about
shut
that.
down.
Yeah,
Everyone like closed down. A few of the only essential places. Now everyone has closed down.
everything's happening in stages. We don't need to tell you, I guess, that the supermarkets are obviously doing their bits with the 2-meter rule and the people.
Oh
standing
yeah, no,
outside
today
waiting for people.
yeah, because I went to Tesco yesterday and
Yeah,
they
there's,
handed out the
they have
disinfectant. I didn't know that.
they have disinfectants. They have people handing disinfectants.
Which is good. Sainsbury's didn't have that.
Wonderful time. we
Wonderful
live in,
time
isn't
to
it?
live. Exactly.
But I mean, talking about bringing people together, I guess it's people are sitting at home when they're quarantined, and they're going out for their one walk a day, and then when they're coming back, they might not have anything to do. Sometimes like us, because we can't really do our jobs from home.
No, we don't have that.
What we do is revert to doing other things and pursuing other interests, such as podcasts.
Podcasts, yeah.
So
Bonding as a household more as well.
exactly, and mainly
spending
through
more
board
time
games
together.
and stuff. And man, we've got
a hefty collection.
we've got a hefty collection. Not as much as we would
Not
like.
as much as we would like. We would like it to grow more. I think that's a new passion of mine. I want to get like a new board game every.
I think
couple
it's
months when
pretty. No,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah,
What do we have? We have code names.
great game. It's like a small game
Yeah,
I'd
you
say.
you work in 2 teams of 2.
or
And-
more. Is that like you could,
Is it?
Yeah, you can play as
Oh.
loads of people apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. But the regular household of 4 people.
Right, yeah,
works.
exactly. We have Risk. We have Monopoly. We have Scroll. For those of you who don't know, it's more of an artsy, etchy drawing game.
Yeah,
where
Chinese whispers with drawing.
Yeah.
Is how it was sold to me. It's,
perfectly
it's
described.
a great game. It just gets more chaotic and ridiculous as it goes on.
Doesn't matter if you can't draw. As
Even
I found
better
out,
if you can't draw.
Yeah, as we found out probably over Christmas that it's chaos. It's a chaotic game, but it's so much fun. Scrabble, of course. That's a
Yeah. Oh, we've got the cutest Scrabble set
We
as
do
well.
have we have like
What are the names in it?
Dorothy and something else.
Yeah. It's this very old Scrabble set. That
Second-hand Scrabble set,
Second-hand Scrabble that Bogdan found in a
Charity
shop. And inside on the scorecards there are Dorothy and Gerald.
So
we've
we have inherited some
some
Scrabble sets.
It's so cute.
It's quite beautiful. It's old, obviously, but very nice.
Very nice.
Ligretto?
Ligretto, which is have I played Ligretto now?
I don't know if you have.
Wow, we got time to play more games.
We do. Oh my god. We should just maybe we should just play some games now, just silent for 30 minutes.
Silent Quest, yeah, great for
Just hear-
podcast format is playing
Yeah.
card games.
All you hear is
Avocado.
Avocado Smash. Yeah. On that note, is another fun game. It's kind of would you say it's like Uno, but
Yeah, it's one of those
more aggressive.
yeah, more rhythm based, I guess. It's
Yeah.
one of those many card games that are Uno-esque in its everywhere fast and people laying down cards and etc. But it's all about avocados and it has a rhythm.
That's true. One game that we haven't played as much is the Masquerade game. I remember
Yeah,
we got
well,
that,
we need more people to play Masquerade game.
It'd probably be it's a game I think.
Yeah, not suited for today's climate of gatherings.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
So. What do you meme as well? That's another one. It's kind of like what's the? I keep forgetting the name of that one. It's the really popular one. It's Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you meme is like that, but with pictures, and you have to assign the pictures taglines. The funniest tagline, I guess, wins.
Yes.
Uh,
Anywho, that's pretty much it for our selection of board games and etc. Which, as you can tell, is not actually that much for 4 people in isolation
and
for
we have.
weeks on end.
I mean, we have cards,
We've
and
got
then.
cards. That's
But I think
infinite.
cards and dominoes, obviously,
Dominoes.
infinite amount of fun with
and
cards.
poker, which we've got
Mm.
a few poker sets which we haven't licked out, but I don't think our housemates are really
Poker players.
poker players. Exactly.
Yeah, I've been threatening people with poker games for a while
I
now,
know,
but
yes.
I've just forgotten about it over time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still want to do it. I think it would be fun to
That'd be
get
amazing,
people
yeah.
together, get a friendly poker tournament going. That'd be nice.
yeah.
I especially 2 of my friends who have a child right now, so they might find it hard
really?
to get a poker game going. Get the baby involved. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Good to sell the baby.
Yeah. Put the baby as a chip down.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But it does start to get boring after a while. I think.
Yeah, with a small selection, you need to have different people, or start changing the rules.
I think that'll be, which is what we did.
Which was what we
with
did,
two
exactly.
of the biggest games ever. So
Yes,
Risk
pretty much.
and Monopoly. But Risk is the Game of Thrones version of Risk, so extra, extra value to that. That was chaotic.
So, it was chaotic. Well, I mean, we're taking the two games which have the highest reputation of making strife between families and friends.
Yeah.
And then we're combining them to make a rules game, to make a new game that we're creating rules as we go. So
What could go wrong?
what could go wrong? Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of things did.
A lot of things did.
I think
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't remember how we started.
How did we start? What was the progression of how we?
I think we had we were writing down some rules, and then but the rules, I think people's interpretation of mixing the two games together got a bit. No one was sure exactly on what was what, I guess.
No.
But it turned out that I think there were different strategies for Riskopoly.
Riskopoly.
If
yes.
that's the easier way to call it.
Monopoly Risk. No, Riskopoly's better. Yeah.
So I guess you could just win throughout taking over people's properties. So I guess what it was is that you could buy properties, and also every time you buy a property, you leave one soldier on it. So if someone comes to your property, they could either pay you the rent or attack your property. And after they attack your property, if your forces have been wiped out, they get that property card.
So it made properties go back and forth much quicker.
Yeah,
and made more of the essentials on the armies and everything.
Exactly, which means in many ways you can hoard money quite quickly as well. So
yes,
you could be quite rich, but with less troops. We started out with a few totems, I guess, a few little figures going around the board. Yeah, it was crazy because I remember, I think one of my there was a rule about houses as well. When someone gets the first properties and you can buy the houses, I must have spent like.
Oh, you spent so much.
I must have spent like 800 or 750 Monopoly money for like 3 houses and spread them out, I guess. And then next thing I know is someone's attacking my houses.
Yeah.
And I only had 1 troop, I think, on each of those, or 2 troops or something. And my troops were wiped out in a matter of probably 1 minute.
Well, I
or
mean,
2.
you were fighting against Safi, who has the most lucky rolls ever. I don't think
She just gets high numbers all the time, all 6s.
Yeah.
If there's 3 dice and you want to get all 6s, Safi's going to get all 6s in like the first 3 goes.
Yeah, she sold her soul for dice rolls.
Probably. And yeah, Safi basically beat all my men. She so I had to hand over all my property cards, or 1 or 2 of them, to her, and that left me penniless and without soldiers.
Yes.
I still had a few troops in the field. My only hope was now to kind of play more of a Risk game, which is to try and battle everyone.
I feel like we made it so strongly dominated on the Risk side of it, as in I feel like that's what way we could progress in the future, is that it became towards the end just a Risk game that we weren't like paying people
because
money,
I think
we were just
it was quite easy to amass soldiers.
Quite easy to amass soldiers and fight.
And then by our rules anyway, it was because every time you pass go, you get another 3 soldiers, and every time you actually get onto go, you get an extra extra soldier, and there was so many like little ways you can get soldiers, and then in the middle of the game, to my sadness, we introduced that every house is worth 3 troops, so the houses could defend themselves.
I feel like if we added that rule, we should have made a retcon at something and given you some money back, because you got screwed by the first one.
That's the way we combined it. And
I mean, if anyone has any suggestions, if anyone listens to how we can combine Monopoly and Risk especially, but games in general, to make new interesting games, let us know, because
how would you combine Scrabble with something? That's that'll be an interesting thing to do.
Scrabble and Codenames.
Codenames. Yeah, but that's 2 wordy games. I'm thinking Scrabble, which
that's why.
And then something like either Risk or something that's like.
How would you combine Scrabble and Risk? Cause
Countdown Scrabble. You could do the Countdown Scrabble thing.
That'd be
fun. That'd be quite fun.
That'll make Scrabble faster. Like,
That would make Scrabble faster, yeah.
The way we play Scrabble is that every person's turn has about 5 minutes while someone pulls through the dictionary and looks for different words.
Well, like two letter words.
Two-letter words,
slot in somewhere and get
exactly.
like a 30-point lead over someone else. Scrabble countdown could be fun.
tactics. Scrabble countdown.
Yeah.
I'll be up for that.
Yeah. I am slow at playing games. I do take my time, especially in Risk. Like, if I'm not playing for someone else to win or something, or if I'm playing for myself to win, then I'm going to take my time and think about where my troops are going to go.
Yeah. Definitely.
Scrabble's the same. You kind of want to get the most, as many points as you can.
Can I describe to you the game that I want to buy as an alternative to Risk?
Which one?
And it's 878 Vikings.
I've heard about this.
I've told you it before.
Yeah.
Because Risk always ends with one person. No one's ever entirely happy at the end of Risk.
Okay, there's with different versions of Risk. With our Risk, it's Game of Thrones, so everyone wants the North. The North is. That's a given.
It's that everyone wants a section. You know, I think not many people ever end up happy because like everyone always just wants to get their land.
I want Skegos.
Right. You want Skegos? That is like your key.
Tiny little island right above everything else that you can build your troops on.
I'm so proud of my sneak attack last game to capture Skegos.
That was no, you didn't cap. Oh, no, your troops were on Skegos, and then Safi moved down. No, Safi moved up, and then she won.
Anywho, but Risk is predominantly a very kind of purely luck game, as in you have your tactics and you try and get up armies and play certain places, but the dice are always just a dice. You can have a massive army and get destroyed instantly by one person.
They could be defending one troop with one troop, and
you could just have 6, rolls of 6 in a row, and that's it.
Yeah.
Whereas the 878 Vikings one doesn't have that, as in it has dice and everything, but it has different outcomes on different dice. It's not just 1 to 6. So you've got some retreat, some die, some do other things, some summon a different person to go to. It's much more like varying in the just outcomes of battles.
Yeah.
So I think that's makes it more interesting. The fact that you can retreat or you can do other things. You have different options to do when you fight.
That is quite cool. Yeah, it's quite cool actually.
Yeah.
It's that. Is it a bit more of a detailed game as well compared to Risk?
Yeah. It is definitely from the sound of it more complicated than.
I think our household will be up for that.
I think we can. I think we've learned. I think we've overcome Risk right now. I think we've kind of like gotten to the end of our full enjoyment of Risks. I'd be up for more Risks. I'd be up for more Risks.
I'm always down for Risk. Yeah. Like it's always fun. But I think spicing it up is always nice because over the last 2 times for me it did get like, okay, we're playing something similar, and either like it's just got a bit boring. Exactly. I mean, it does for everyone. Ligretto is a game I still want to play. That it's like a little card game, but you have to be fast. You have to be on.
Okay, I'm up for that.
Crazy game. It's a German game, or is it a German
Hannah's game?
Yeah, it's Hannah's game, but it's I don't know if it's German or. Riskopoly was crazy though.
We should try that again at some point.
We should
have another full look at it.
Maybe with rules that are kind of balanced, that don't. I don't know. It's really hard, isn't it? It's really hard to come up with proper rules for a game that 2 games that already kind of reached their kind of peak. Well, that's the reason why there's Risk Monopoly have been around forever, and then there's so many games that are on like new projects, crowd shares funds for new games and stuff, and they never take off because creating a purely balanced game takes a while. I feel like a lot of people when they, because I think I have a friend back in Southampton or Bournemouth that is like an indie game developer, a board game developer, and I've seen him post stuff now and then, but I've never heard of his game. I've never seen his game like advertised on Amazon or anywhere else. And I think there are, as we know from the board game cafes, there are a lot of games out there, a lot of board games. But I think if you're going to develop board games, it's probably going to be, you have to have a big network to make money from board games, especially.
Yes.
And it's because there's a lot of them out there, a lot of them.
Well, you just have to create a good game.
You do. Really. That's true.
That's the key element. Really, there's a lot of games I've come across that just aren't very good. You know what?
No, that's
games.
very true. That is very true, especially board games. I think Masquerade, the one that we have, that's not actually that great. I don't think that's...
Well, we need more people. I don't think it works.
That's
There's
true.
a similar sort of game that I played, which was really nice with parents once. Was that a similar sort of like deceiving? So you have a certain couple cards, and you're deceiving what cards you have, etc.
okay.
But it worked really well with 4 people. I'll find it next time, and maybe we'll play a little bit on it.
The one game that did get boring is What Do You Meme?
Oh yeah, because there's only a certain amount.
Yeah,
of
and there's
cards
pictures as well. I mean, the pictures are funny. You could... There's always like 1 or 2 cards that just break you. You just laugh for ages. And I'm very prone to that. I can just go on laughing for about 20 minutes with that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but it does get old because
I mean, about that game, the funniest thing is the picture itself. Rather than the cards that we're playing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's true. As if someone like created it. Someone just picked the pictures and someone just wrote the words without seeing the pictures. But it's still got a lot of value to it. It's a good game.
I mean, board games in general have a lot of value to it.
They do, yeah.
I'd say been a love of board games for pretty much all of my life. So
I guess I have as well. I mean, not all of my life, but most of it at least. It's been a slow start for board games for me.
Yeah,
because I'm my early years. I just used to play outside all the time, but now it's outside bad, inside good. And I guess if you're getting bored of your board games, try combining them. It might be chaos. You might, fall out with family or friends. But remember, it's a game in the end.
Yes.
I need to remember that sometimes.
You do need to remember that, yeah.
But that's pretty much it, I guess, or is there anything else you want to add to it?
Well, no, I think from our experience, my advice in combining games is to do a little rule at a time.
Yeah,
I'd say we tried to merge 2 games and merge everything about those 2 games at once.
Yeah.
And that's what made it chaotic. We need to merge
That's true.
one part of a game at one part of time, add one element, and then if that works, you add another one. If it doesn't work, you change it.
I think that's why we needed the little tokens from Monopoly instead of the tokens from Risk to go around the board, because Risk are the soldiers, Monopoly is the tokens.
Yeah.
And it's a bit less.
We could play Risk Monopoly at the same time, as in every money you earn from Monopoly, you buy armies in the Risk set.
Wait, what?
As in you buy armies from your Monopoly money on the Risk board.
That could be fun. That could actually be quite cool.
I'd be up for that. We'll keep you updated with that when if we actually do that.
I think that's something in development right there.
Yeah.
Huh. That. Yeah, I like that.
Doubling the speed of both games in one, but yes.
That's true. The property thing will be the struggle, though. We have to work that out.
Yeah. Like we said, it's complicated.
Yeah. And I guess
that wraps it up for board games.
That wraps up for board games.
Keep you updated on that.
I think one thing we've also come prepared with is 2 recommendations, because again, you are probably bored at home if you are bored.
Yes.
I know we are sometimes. We found our ways to get around that. PUBG especially, players on mobile, on mobile,
and etc.
Yeah. And so I've come with a film recommendation.
Okay, and I've come with a book.
Yeah.
So
do you want to start, or shall I start?
You can start. Yeah.
So this is a fantastic film. It's called Selma. It's about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his civil rights movement. David Oyelowo, or Oyelowo, is the main character. He's a British actor who transformed himself quite nicely for the role. I think he's kept in contact with Oprah Winfrey, who's also in the film. That's how he got the role, I guess, through that, because he said he was born to play it. He does a fantastic job. He portrays Dr. King almost. I think if you looked at the real videos online or read something, he portrays him perfectly. It follows the whole march from Selma to Montgomery in Alabama. I think it's a feel-good film. I really do. I think depends which way you look at it, because some people would say, oh, it's a sad film because it goes up to the point of his assassination. Spoiler alert, but that's what happened. Everyone knows that, whoever is familiar with him. So it follows from the early movement, and it's got the U.S. government involved, how the FBI is interfering with everything, and but it's definitely a feel-good film because we know what the resulting efforts of Dr. King were, and I think he's an amazing man. I think it's an amazing story to watch.
It's uplifting to hear that story.
Yeah,
listen to it.
because there's also a number of people that contributed to that, and I think Oprah Winfrey portrays one of them, and I think everyone does a good job in it. It comes together really nicely. That's I guess.
Okay, I'll watch it by
Selma.
the next time we do a podcast.
Selma by
Selma.
Ava DuVernay.
Okay. But the next time we do a podcast, I'll watch it and then
I'll
I'll give my feedback on the film.
Yeah. Okay.
If you like. So my recommendation is a book. It's I've been listening to it on Audible. I haven't managed to. When I can, I'll get it in cover because I love it so much. It's a fantastic book by Becky Chambers, who's done a lot of different types of books, but this I'll be focusing on one series, Wayfarers, and the first book is A Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet. And you don't need to be. It's a sci-fi book, but you don't need to be fully like a sci-fi geek to do this. It doesn't lay on the sci-fi too heavy or the rules in the universe and etc. But it's a great character study. If anything, it shows it's a book about a small group of people on one ship, and they have their job to punch through and make wormholes to places, and it does a very great job at describing the complexity of different races and cultures in this universe and how they come together and to work together in one ship. And it's a great book about friendship, and it's just a very heartwarming story. I just listened to it, and I could really, like, I just wanted to sit in the park and listen to it as I was just sitting there, really, because I was just so engrossed in it. And they also do a thing on Audible called what was it? Sorry, Book Track, which is they add a little bit of sound effects to the book, so they have like the ambient music in the background and the sound of things they do, like doors opening and stuff. And it doesn't actually. I thought when I first heard of it, it would be abrasive, but it adds so much more as well. It adds the tension of the whole book towards it gets to the climax as well. I just would recommend to listen to it and just stay. It's just a very calming story.
Yeah,
I would love relaxing, and you just get so engrossed in the characters. I think it's a fantastic book. So it's one of my favourites now in all time. So,
what was it again?
A Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet by Becky Chambers.
Oh, so Selma and A Long Way to a Small and
Angry Planet.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, I guess that
is all we had planned.
Mark,
Yes. Pretty perfect first minutes, Steve, as well.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was fantastic stuff. Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Well done. Pat on the back.
Oh, pat on the back. Yes. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, me too.
I hope you guys have enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
A lot of ums.
A lot of ums. Well,
I'm just aware of that now.
Yeah.
That will go over time.
That will go over time. We'll get more confident with it. Yeah.
That will just become like a long harmonious
for that background.
Yes.
Okay, we would usually have an outro. I guess are we going to have an outro, or
that would be a good idea.
Yes,
that would be the outro.
that would be a good
just
idea.
Be